Hey guys, the intention of this video is to show you how to change the settings to either raster or cut your appropriate material. We're also going to look at the page setup and settings. We might start with page setup. So if you come over to config, I'm going to want you to go to page settings and double check that your page size is compatible with the machine we have at school. So as a default, I think it comes in at 1200 by a meter or something, so it's probably set for their largest machine. Our machine has a 1 meter bed by 600, so 1000 by 600 is what you need to change there. As far as for these other options here, you don't need to touch that, but it's the page size that you need to double check. Going back into config, if you go to system settings now, we're going to have a look here, and the main one that you want to have a look at is your laser head. Now, if you have a look on this page at the moment, this green box shows the operator that the laser is counting this bottom corner as 0, 0. So in class we've talked about CNC machines running off a grid pattern with an X and Y axes, so they're counting that as 0, 0. You could have the laser start in the top corner, and that would move that green box up to here, and you work your way. Obviously I don't need to explain them all, or you could centralize it. We're going to work on this bottom right hand corner, and I want you guys to get in the habit of doing this, because that way when we scan our image, any smoke or resin coming out of the timber or material that we're using will get extracted across the sheet, because our fan is located at the back of the machine, so it's drawing all the fumes this way. And what that means is that if there is any bleeding or staining from the smoke and residue coming off the product, that when we keep lasering, it's going to laser over the top of that, as opposed to starting here and the machine working its way down like my cursor is doing at the moment, and smoke and resin and all the residue stuff pouring back over our finished cut. So that's a good place to start, is the bottom right hand corner. So as far as that goes, we don't need to change anything else here, so I'll go close. Now the next thing I'm going to talk through is our settings. So at the moment I've done my preview. I'm happy with this. Don't mind that part, that's from a previous video. Let's just pretend I'm happy with it. I can see that it's going to raster here, or sorry, scan here, and it's going to cut my outline and cut my 2 holes for my bolt to go through. So I'm happy with this outcome at the moment. I've set what I want to be scanned as blue, and I just did that. If you didn't watch the other video, I did that by selecting my graphics here and clicking on the little blue tab there. You might do that for the first time and it will actually say cut in this area here. So I'll show you how that changes now. So if I select this and I double click on it, it brings up its settings. Do we want the output on? Well, that's just saying, do you want it to actually do what you're asking it to? And at the moment we're going to say yes. There might be certain jobs down the track where we have that graphics there, but we turn the outcome off, or so turn the output off, but for now you want that output on. Before I put the speed in, what I want you guys to go to is this document here that's been created for you. It's on the wall next to the laser. It's going to be on Teams as well, and you have to have a look and you need to say, well, what product am I using? So I'm using 3mm acrylic for say, let's just say that. And so if I was to do a scan, I have a look and I've got a speed of 500. Oh, what's happening here? Halfway through an upload, sorry guys. 500 millimeters a second and a power of 17%. So that's 17% of the machine's full capabilities. So I just need to remember those numbers, 517. So 500 for my speed. So I go back into RDworks and my speed is at 500, but my power, for whatever reason, I think I was cutting something else before, isn't correct. As a default, it's going to have laser 1 and laser 2 selected. We only have one laser on our machine, so we go 1 and we're going to put in our 17% for our power. Now it says a min and a max. I don't understand why it has a min and a max. We've been told to put the same value in with our min and max. So I'll try and figure that out later, but for general sake, we just put the same number in each time. So you refer to the chart, you look at the power for what you're doing. So if we're scanning 17%, you come back here, select one laser, and you put 17% in for the minimum and the maximum. If it was defaulting and it was saying cut, well, you just change it to scan. So it's saying scan because I've already opened this document. Sometimes that will come up as cut when you first select blue. So that's how you change that. Don't need to change anything here, and I'm just going to click OK. So that's my scan layer sorted. I'm happy to run that through the machine. I have another layer here which is my cut layer, so that's black and that line is black. I'm going to go to my poster and consult my settings for 3mm acrylic, and it's saying I want 15 millimeters a second, so a lot slower than a scan, and I want 25% of the power, so slower and a lot more power. So I'll go cut. Sorry guys, got a memory like a fish at the moment. So I've got 15 and 25. Cool. So double click on that. I want my speed at 15 and my power at 25. So I've only got one laser selected. It's cutting, speed 15 millimeters a second, 25% of the total power, and I'm going to click OK. So that's updated that. I now have preview, power set correct. The next thing to do would be to plug my computer into the laser, and I will generate another video for this hopefully and show you the actual laser and the settings you're going to push to get it running, because there's some features over here that are quite handy. So I might end this video for now and I'll do a part 2, and I'll rig up a camera in the workshop and show you the buttons I'm pressing on the actual machine.